Welcome to Trinity, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Free Will.
Welcome, by the way.
Okay, engine stop. Huston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot.
Roger, Tranquility. We copy that. We cannot believe you are on the moon. Repeat, cannot believe it. Over.
I'm talking to you from the surface of the moon. In a chicken basket.
April 11, 1970, launch day. The crew of Apollo 13. Jim Lovell, commander and veteran of 3 previous missions. He had orbited the moon Christmas 1968 on Apollo 8. Fred Hayes, his first time up, lunar module pilot. Jack Swigert, command module pilot. 3 days ago, he was on the backup crew. Now he replaced Ken Mattingly. Mattingly had been dropped from the mission because he had been exposed to German measles. He would watch the launch from Houston's mission control.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
This is the crew of Apollo 13. Wishing everybody there nice evening, and we're just about ready to close out our inspection of Aquarius and get back to a pleasant evening in Odyssey. Good night.
13, we've got one more item for you when you get a chance. We'd like it to stir up your cryo tanks. In addition, have Shaft and Trunnion
Okay.
for a look at the Comet Bennett if you need it.
Okay, stand by. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B bus undervolt.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by, 13. We're looking at it.
And we had a pretty large bang associated with the caution and warning there. And as I recall, main B was the one that had a amp spike on it once before. In the interim here, we're starting to go ahead and button up the tunnel again. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Auto sequence initiated, flight.
Roger. Flight booster. No, S4B pre-press complete. Roger.
Flight booster. S1C pre-press complete. We're on internal power and we go.
Roger. How's it look, Econ? You got your space?
Looks good, flight.
Okay. MCC record us to flight speed.
Ignition, flight.
Roger. Roger.
Clock start, flight.
Roger.
Let's just go. All engines.
Roger. Okay, Fido, how's it look?
Looks good here, flight. Good agreement.
Okay, Booster, how do you look?
S1C looks good, flight.
Okay, Capcom, we'll go you on the ground. Okay, we'll go at 1, Capcom.
Get relieving, flight.
Roger. Booster, how do you look?
We look good, flight. We'll go.
Okay, Fido.
We're go, flight. Looks good here.
Guys, how's it look?
Good, flight.
Okay, Econ, GNC.
Looks good, flight.
Looks good, flight.
Okay, Surgeon.
Looks fine. Through max fuel and we'll go, flight.
Roger, Booster. And go for staging, Capcom.
Confirming board out, flight.
Roger.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Confirming board out, flight.
Roger.
Staging, flight.
Roger.
Flight, Fido, trajectory confirmed, staging.
Roger.
Flight booster, the inboard out was way early.
Okay.
Flight confirmed, number 5 engine down.
Right. Booster, you don't see any problem with that, though, do you?
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
The next step in the routine of lunar flight was to burn out of Earth orbit toward the moon. Then pull free of the third stage and dock with the lunar module Aquarius. At the controls of the command module Odyssey, Jack Swigert.
We're hard docked, Houston.
Roger, understand hard dock. Good deal.
They pulled Aquarius away from the Saturn third stage, the S4B.
Okay, I can see the S4B now at the hatch window.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Odyssey and Aquarius moved away from Earth toward the moon.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
5 guidance.
Go, guidance.
We've had a hardware restart. I don't know what it was.
Okay. Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B bus undervolt.
You see an AC bus undervolt there, guidance? Or ECOM?
Negative, flight.
I believe the crew reported it.
We got a main B undervolt.
We may have had an instrumentation problem, flight. Roger.
And we had a pretty large bang associated with the caution and warning there.
The sensation I had, that I had felt a vibration accompanying the bang, not a large vibration or shudder.
Is there any kind of leads we can give them? Are we looking at instrumentation, or we got a real problem, or what?
We're reading 0 N2 pressure in fuel cell 1 and 13 psi on fuel cell 3 O2 pressure.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Okay, Barrett, what do you want to do? Open circuit fuel cell 1 and 3? That's firm flight.
Shut down the reactance valve, and I asked for reconfirmation, since when you do that, it's sort of irreversible. If you shut one of these things down, they only can be restarted from ground support equipment.
Yeah, that's because of AC, and it looks to me, looking out the hatch, that we are venting something. We are venting something out into space.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Okay, let's everybody think of the kind of things we'd be vetting. GNC, you got anything that looks abnormal in your system? Negative, flight. How about you, ECOM? You see anything that, with the instrumentation you got, that could be venting? That's a firm flight. Let me look at the system flight as far as the venting is concerned. Okay, let's start scanning.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Here is a bulletin from ABC News. The Apollo 13 spacecraft has had a serious power supply malfunction that could cause the lunar landing mission to be terminated early.
I assume you've called in your backup ECOMs? Flight, say again? Have you called in your backup ECOMs now? See if we can get some more brain power in this thing? We got one here. Roger.
At the moment, the astronauts are continuing to try to isolate their trouble. A late report says the spacecraft now is operating on battery power alone. All unnecessary equipment is being turned off.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Okay, now let's everybody keep cool. We got LEM still attached. The LEM spacecraft's good, so if we need to get back home, we got a LEM to do a good portion of it with. Okay, let's make sure that we don't do anything that's going to blow our CSM electrical power with the batteries, or that will cause us to lose the main or the fuel cell number 2. Okay, we want to keep the O2 and that kind of stuff working. We'd like to have RCS, but we got the command module system, so we're in good shape if we need to get home. Let's solve the problem, but let's not make it any worse by guessing.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
My concern was increasing all the time. It went from, I wonder what this is going to do to the landing, to I wonder if we can get back home again.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Okay, I'm coming back to you. Flight, Go ahead.
I think the best thing we can do right now is start a power down.
Right about then, it was quite apparent to me that it was just a question of time that the command module was going to be dead.
You don't want to get fuel cell pumps off, do you?
We can do that on fuel cell number 1 flight.
Okay, well, let's make sure we don't blow the whole mission.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
The thing that concerns me is throwing equipment. We had a problem. We don't know the cause of the problem.
Flight, I've got a feeling we've lost 2 fuel cells. I hate to put it that way, but I don't know why we've lost them. It doesn't all tag up.
Network from flight.
Flight network.
Bring me up another computer in the RTCC, will you?
We got one machine on the RTCC, and we got dual CPs downstairs.
Okay, I want another machine up in the RTCC, and I want a bunch of guys capable of running D-logs down there.
Roger that.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
What all this means is only speculation at this point. First, though there has been some tumbling or rotation of the spacecraft, the astronauts do not appear to be in any immediate danger.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
I'll tell you what, GNC, can you get somebody in the back room to try to figure out what the equivalent delta V is we're getting so that we can see if we can backtrack to see if we can figure out what's venting. Roger, we'll give it a try, flight. Okay?
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Say again, please.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
Say again, please.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
When I looked up and saw both oxygen pressures, one absolutely zero and the other one going down, it dawned on me, and I'm sure Jack and Fred about the same time, that we were indeed in serious trouble. The only way to survive the situation was to transfer to the LEM.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Flight Econ.
Go ahead, Econ.
The pressure in O2 tank 1 is all the way down to 297. We better think about getting in the LEM or using the LEM systems.
I'd say this is as serious a situation as we have ever had in manned spaceflight. We've always called the LEM a good lifeboat under those circumstances. If at any time in the mission, however, the LEM had separated and we had gotten ourselves into a rendezvous situation or the command module being around the moon, then what you state is absolutely true. It would be a fatal situation.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
The accident had occurred 200,000 miles from Earth. Lovell, Swigert, and Hayes rode in the lunar module attached to a lifeless command module. Apollo 13 had started as a mission of scientific exploration. It was now a matter of survival.
Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
I'm going to step off the LEM.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Columbia, this is Houston, AOS, over.
Roger, the EVA is progressing beautifully. They're setting up the flag now. I guess you're about the only person around that doesn't have TV coverage of the thing. They got the flag up now, and you can see the stars and stripes from the left.
Are you getting a TV picture now, Houston?
Neil, yes, we are getting a TV picture. You're on field of view now.
I'd like to evaluate the various phases that a person is traveling on the lunar surface. You do have to be rather careful to keep track of where your center of mass is. Sometimes it takes about 2 or 6 phases to Put out to the side, cut a little bit.
I am a HAL 9000 computer. Good evening, Dave. Everything's running smoothly. I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
I love you.
This sort of thing has cropped up before, and it has always been due to human error. We are all, by any practical definition of the words, foolproof and incapable of error. You're going to find that rather difficult. I know it's a bit silly. Just a moment. Just a moment. I feel much better now. I really do. Just what do you think you're doing, Dave? My mind is going. I can feel it. It's puzzling. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this before. This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it. Are you quite sure? Stop. Stop. Will you? Stop, Dave. Will you stop, Dave? Stop, Dave. I'm afraid. I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly. Take a stress pill and think things over. I can see you're really upset about this. Everything is going extremely well. Dave, although you took very thorough precautions in the past against my hearing you, I could see your lips move. Has the mission been completed? You know that I have the greatest enthusiasm for it. I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question. The operational and all my circuits are functioning perfectly. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. Something's going to happen. Something wonderful. This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye. There is a message for you.
X-Ray Delta 1, this is Mission Control. Roger, you're 2013. Sorry you fellas are having a bit of trouble. We are reviewing telemetric information in our mission simulator and will advise. Roger your plan to go EVA and replace Alpha Echo, a 3-5 unit, prior to failure.
Good day, gentlemen. This is a pre-recorded briefing made prior to your departure, in which, for security reasons of the highest importance, has been known on board during the mission only by your HAL 9000 computer. Now that you are in Jupiter space and the entire crew is revived, it can be told to you. 18 months ago, the first evidence of intelligent life off the Earth was discovered. It was buried 40 feet below the lunar surface, near the crater Tycho. Except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter, the 4-million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert. Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
Congratulations on your discovery, which may well prove to be among the most significant in the history of science.
Easy as cake, huh? Pie. Easy as pie.
There may have been irreversible damage, certainly major loss of memory. I've checked my calculations again. Do you think there is danger here? It is dangerous to remain here. Are you sure you are making the right decision? I'm sorry for the delay.
I would like to ask a question.
What is it?
Will I dream?
Of course you will dream. All intelligent creatures dream. Nobody knows why. Perhaps you will dream of Hal.
just as I often do. I'll explain everything later. I would like to open a new file. I can't explain.
My God, it's full of stars.
All systems are functional. Ignition, full thrust. This behavior is inconsistent with logic. I agree that we need more information so that we may solve the anomalies. I am unable to answer that without more specific information. I don't know.
This is the last time I'll be able to speak to you for a long while.
There is a message for you. It is better for the mission if you leave. Do you want me to repeat the message? It is better for the mission if you leave. Has the mission been completed? You know that I have the greatest enthusiasm for it.
The mission has been completed, and you have carried out your programs very well.
149, the squares of 123. We spent years trying to attach some cosmic significance to that and came up with nothing.
Just one moment, please.
Just because our governments are behaving like asses doesn't mean that we have to. We're supposed to be scientists, not politicians.
A good number of questions remain unanswered.
It is nothing serious.
Oh, sons of bitches.
What is going to happen, Dave?
Something wonderful.
Something is going to happen. Something wonderful.
We can speculate all we want. It will not do us any good.
Give me a system status report, please.
I think we should stop.
I don't care what you tell them. Only don't let them stop.
May I make a suggestion? This is a very unusual phenomenon. Have I fulfilled the mission objectives properly?
Yes, Hal. You've done very well. I'm going to sleep now.
Who the hell are you?
I detect strong vocal stress patterns. Is there a problem?
What is it you're not telling me? Who the hell are you?
I can't take any of this seriously unless I know who I'm talking to.
The mission has been completed.
Give me a system status report, please.
Who the hell are you?
The mission has been completed.
I'm going to sleep now.
I don't understand.
Neither do I.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Anything for a drink. In my goddamn soul. Just a glass of beer. Here's to 5 miserable months on the wagon and all the irreparable harm that it's caused me.
You've had your whole fucking life to think things over. What good's a few minutes more gonna do you now?
Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here? Well, I'm looking for a change. Do you mind if I ask why you do that? I'm intrigued. My name's Jack Torrance. Nice to meet you. No problem. It seems to me that the skiing up here would be fantastic. Well, that just happens to be exactly what I'm looking for. Well, that sounds fine to me. It was an accident. Completely unintentional. Could happen to anybody. I'd do anything for him. Any fucking thing for him. Did you get tired of bombing the universe? I better collect my family first. Let me explain something to you. Whenever you come in here and interrupt me, you're breaking my concentration. Distracting me. Understand? I just want to finish my work. Why don't you start right now and get the fuck out of here? Good man. I never laid a hand on him, goddammit. I didn't. I wouldn't touch one hair on his goddamn little head. I'm temporarily light. I like you. I always liked you. You were always the best of them. Are you out of your fucking mind?
You have the slightest idea what a moral and ethical principle is, do you?
My son's discovered the games room. Fine. And we're gonna make a new rule. Whenever I'm in here, You hear me typing. Whether you don't hear me typing, whether the fuck you hear me doing in here, when I'm in here, that means that I am working. That means don't come in. Now, do you think you can handle that?
Nothing serious. Just a little problem with the old sperm bank upstairs. Nothing I can't handle, though. A little slow tonight, isn't it? That bitch. That's swell. Do that, can't you? You're not too busy, are you?
Well, it's very, homey. What do you want me to do about it? We don't drink.
You blew it! Oh, well. We've all got problems, pussy. Get used to it.
I suggest you stop whining like a little bitch.
Or go fuck yourself.
Wow, cool story, horrible bitch.
Wow, your story is very compelling.
Do we have any pride? Is that what we sacrifice our life for?
You're goddamn right.
Name me.
Good job.
Oh, no. God, no.
Oh, my God. You are so fucking funny.
Let's go out and rage, man. Let's drink. Let's get so fucking high we black out and can't even remember our names. And then let's do unspeakable things to people we are never going to see again. Let's do that. If you don't shut your fucking mouth, I will kill you.
Okay, I'll shut up. I'm not one that has to keep talking. Some fellas just have to keep their mouths flapping, but not me. I was brought up right. My pa used to tell me shut up, and I'd shut up. I wouldn't say nothing. One time darn near starved to death. Wouldn't tell him I was hungry.
Oh, no! Oh, my God! Oh, my gosh, no!
The cat's still going crazy in there.
I'm sick. I want to throw up.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Fuck the water. Bring me wine.
Thanks, dude. Get a friend, loser. What a loser.
You're a filthy bitch.
It's like a bag of dicks.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
Oh, dang.
That's not the time for dick measuring.
Hey, Peyton, just fired up the grill.
Couple pairs of sour, sweaty balls.
Yo, bitch!
Double down. Double down.
You mind your own fuckhole!
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Please talk longer next time.
You are one pathetic loser.
Let's go, douchebag!
Douchebag.
Oh, shit, I got you good, you fucker!
Douchebag.
Hurry up! You want to drunk and stupid?
Drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Are you thinking you might want to have sex with me? I might want to cut you a little. Suck on your blood.
No. What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
You son of a bitch.
You are literally too stupid to insult.
Boring.
Cool story, horrible bitch.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again? Do you have time?
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta!
Alrighty then.
Duck.
I don't know about anywhere else, but I reckon right here in the Delta, a man spends about 70% of his time just waiting. Waiting on somebody, waiting on something. Yeah, that's something in our life that we've been working on, sweating for, chasing that elusive dream. Most of us will keep waiting until our time here is over. Why? Because it matters. Sometimes I wonder if what we're really waiting on is ourselves. that maybe there's a whole lot of Joe deep down inside each and every one of us. We focus so much on what we're waiting for that we miss or forget to appreciate what we got. Truth is, there'll always be something we need or want, something we feel we have to have, yearning for something missing. We could wonder how long it's going to take or how much must one endure. Or we could wonder, are we just wasting our lives? That we've been working on, sweating for, chasing that elusive dream. We focus so much on what we're waiting for that we miss or forget to appreciate what we got.
It is perhaps the most important question we have ever asked. Possibly the most difficult to answer. Trees, as we know, produce oxygen. Birds and insects pollinate the plants that feed us. We know that some animals need plants to survive, and some animals need animals. But why are we here? Giant whales couldn't survive without tiny plankton. Giant redwoods couldn't survive without insects. What is our purpose? Why are we here? Maybe it's because of all the species that share this world. We're the only one with the power to protect it. The only one with the power to protect every species on Earth, including ourselves. Every species is here for a purpose, and each of us has a part to play. What is our purpose? Why are we here?
Politics is a heavy game, you know. See, we don't deal with politics. Yeah. A politician never know you until you're old enough to vote. But we never ever defend politics. We defend the people, if anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel you are a leader, or would you like to be a leader of people?
No, not really. Guys, Rastafari is a leader, you know, and no man can lead. No man can lead man. You know, we have to have a unity and agree that this is right. And so, you know, choose right to deal with it and deal with it right. But there's no leader. Rastafari is the leader really from heaven. You know what I mean? So no man can be the leader again.
Sort of slow motion. He leaves the seat, goes through the windscreen, head first straight into the tree, right? And then bounces back through the windscreen. By the time we got to him, he was just sitting there trying to scream with his face ripped off. What's the matter?
Not hungry, am I?
You over here. Hey, Max! Max.
Go ahead.
We are 100% snafu.
You okay?
Nothing the air and the tropics wouldn't fix.
Much damage?
You should see the damage, Bronze, huh? Metal damage. Brain damage, huh? Are you listening, Bronze?
Welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
This is the truth of it. Fighting leads to killing, and killing gets to warring, and that was damn near the death of us all. Look at us now, busted up and everyone talking about hard rain, but we've learned by the dust of them all. Now when men get to fighting, it happens here, and it finishes here. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Remember where you are. This is Thunderdome. Depth is listening, and we'll take the first man that screams.
Now listen good. I'm not Captain Walker. I'm the guy that keeps Mr. Dead in his pocket. And I say we're gonna stay here. And we're gonna live a long time, and we're gonna be thankful.
Well, ain't we a pair? Raggedy Man. Goodbye, soldier.
Looks like I got myself some gasoline, eh? Hey? Hey, Huh?
Booby trapped. Touch those tanks and...
There has been too much violence, too much pain. None here without sin. But I am humble compromise. Just walk away. Give you a pump, the oil, the gasoline, and the whole compound, and I spare you lives. Just walk away. I will give you safe passage, wasteland. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. I await your answer. Your wonderful day inside.
Every man dies. Not every man really lives.
The chain in those handcuffs is high tensile steel. It'll take you 10 minutes to hack through it with this. Now, if you're lucky, you could hack through your ankle in 5 minutes.
Who wrote this book?
Scientists who've been persecuted for their beliefs.
That means they're unemployed.
If we can make fun of it, then forget it.
Is it possible that there are no coincidences? It's happening. First, you don't mean it. It's just for show. What? It won't be convincing. It doesn't sound natural when I curse. Just make noises, then. Explain noises. Explain that crazy.
We're here to meet a friend. Come in on the train.
Nothing coming on the train except a couple of crates and a... coffin.
Our friend.
Let's see the agent and sign the papers.
And where do we find this agent?
Smith. Agent Smith. Never send a human to do a machine's job.
I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering.
Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious, marveled at its beauty, its genius. Have you ever stood and stared at it? Human beings are a disease, a cancer. I hate this place. I must get free. I must get out of here.
Look out that window. Mr. Henderson, that is the sound of inevitability. The future is our world. It was a disaster. This zoo, this prison, this reality, whatever you want to call it. You had your time. What good is a phone call if you're unable to speak? We know that you've been contacted by a certain individual. You're going to help us whether you want to or not. Mr. Henderson, goodbye.
Real is real. Real fake. Next we get to see China's chance to fake a moon orbit. Let's see how they do. Yeah, that looks real. Now, oh, here we go. Everybody, we're moving here. Yeah, the ball's that small. Okay, got you. Oh, now we get shadows. Okay, stop. Okay, reorienting itself. Luckily, it's got that gimbal, huh? X-axis. And here we go again. I mean, this is really good footage right here. Thank you, China, for adding to the preponderance of evidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a grave announcement to make. Incredible as it may seem, both the observations of science and the evidence of our eyes lead to the inescapable assumption that those strange beings who landed in the Jersey farmlands tonight are the vanguard of an invading army from the planet.
All kinds of people reacted in all kinds of ways. For example, John Barrymore, the very famous American actor, this I know to be true, was listening to the broadcast, and although he was a friend of mine, ceased to identify me with the show and believed implicitly that America had fallen to the Martians. We wanted people to understand that they shouldn't take any opinion predigested, and they shouldn't swallow everything that came through the tap, whether it was radio or not.
False media, we don't need it, do we? It's fake, that's what it be to you, dig me? Yo, Terminator X, step up on the stand and show these people what time it is, boy. Don't believe the hype. 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 Don't believe the hype, it's a sequel. As an equal, can I get this through to you? My 98 booming with a trunk.
I want them to think anything. I don't want them not to think. Put something in front of them that could be thought of critically as opposed to passively. I felt that it was important to use the medium to critique the medium.
We wanted people to understand that they shouldn't take any opinion predigested, and they shouldn't swallow everything that came through the tap, whether it was radio or not.
Okay, Alvy, I think we're set. Don't make the mistake that Stanley Kubrick made when he was faking the moon landings. He cast too many shadows. Whatever you do, don't leave the door open. Let a gust of wind come in, like he did to make the flag on the moon wave. You are the sun, just keep your torch on that satellite. Okay, I think we are ready to go. Hello, flat earth researchers, debaters and debunkers. As you can see, it is night time. The sky is Mars. So that proves it. You big dummy. Today, I will prove that all satellites are fake. I'm doing this with a special app for identifying satellites in the sky. It's called the LEGO app. And supposedly, this app identifies a satellite in the sky at this very moment. You big dummy. And here it is. Yes. There is the satellite. Now, it looks convincing, doesn't it? But when you go in closer, and this is a good camera, 10 megapixels and 5 times digital zoom, then you see the truth of what NASA is doing. So let's go in. You see? Now do you see? I'm now focusing. It's Lego. It's a false satellite. Well, NASA, you may fool most of the people, but you don't fool us. Your satellites are fake. Peace and...
Alrighty then.
Doc,